Hello students, welcome to disaster mitigation and management class. In earlier class we were studying about the cyclones. In continuation to that, today we will be studying about the tracking of tropical cyclone. I request everyone to kindly maintain the notes. I will be providing you the PDF also, but do watch the videos and maintain the notes. I'll check all the notes while giving the assignment marks. Kindly follow this. So right from today we will be studying about the tracking of tropical cyclones. Right, what is actually tracking of tropical cyclones is nothing but conventional surface and upper air observations from the inland and island stations, coastal automatic weather stations, ships and buoys observation, the cyclone detection radars including Doppler weather radar, the satellite cloud pictures from the geostationary satellites, that is Instant 3A and Kalpana. So right, what they will be doing, they will be installing all these systems near the coastal regions, and uh, what do you say, observe all the direction of the air, direction of the waves, which by detecting it, what they will be doing, they will be cautioning the public in advance to avoid the loss of lives. So here the tropical cyclone warnings are warning bulletins for shipping on the high seas, warning bulletins for ship plying in the coastal waters, port warnings, fishery warnings, and fishermen's and fisheries officials. So here warning bulletins for shipping on the high seas. See here, whenever the people are going for the fishing, they will be getting a warning for seasonal wise. If for example so right here, what they will be doing for in the seas, what happened in the harbor port, many export and import activities will be taking place. Whenever the tropical warnings will be given, these shipping activities will be what do you say, these shipping activities will be stopped, right? Warning bulletins for ships plying in the coastal waters means whatever the ships plying on the coastal waters, that they will be asked to reach the coastal regions as early as possible. Next one is the port warnings. Port warnings means most of the people who will be coming to the ports and harbor activities which will be taking, that will be completely stopped. And fisher warnings, so fishing activities also completely stopped whenever the air, the direction of the air and the environmental changes will be there. At that time the fisher activities will be completely stopped. 4 stages warning for state and central government officials, it are the after detecting this one. So warning for recipients who are registered with the department, that is designated or registered users. Aviation is nothing but the aeroplane activities, means air activities, whichever the air activities surrounded with the coastal regions, that are being warning for the general public through all India radio, Doordarshan and the press. Warning for Indian Navy, because the Navy activities will take in the ocean seas itself. So bulletin for print or electronic media. Next one is the structural mitigation measures. Ensure availability of adequate number of shelters, community centers or school buildings, places of worship, etc., which can be utilized for moving the people from vulnerable area to the safety. The structural safety of various infrastructures such as roads, culverts, bridges, communication and transmission towers, power houses, water towers and hospitals will be ensured. These are all the mitigation measures will be taken whenever the natural disaster occurs. So what they will be doing, they will be asking the public who may get affected from this, who got affected from this cyclone, and they will be moved to the very safest place. That all terms, this all will be taken by the public sector, and the structural safety of various infrastructures such as roads, culverts, bridges, communication and transmission. These are the basic needs of the human beings which are in nowadays. So these type of facilities will be given by the public sectors whenever the natural disaster occurs. So right, next point is electricity and water supply system do not break down. Communication systems at all levels remain usable. Means whatever the electricity and water supply, we have to take the measures that systems which have been into the use that should not get breakdown. And communication systems, because without a communication we cannot inform the press or media regarding the whatever happening, right? So cautioning the public will become a very difficult task without any communication system. So right, next one is the safety tips, do's and don'ts. So listen to radio or before and during. Listen to radio or TV weather reports and alert everyone through a loudspeaker or by going home to home. Next one, identify safe shelter in your area. This should be cyclone resistant and also find the closest route to reach them. Keep your emergency kit and basic food supplies, medicines, torch and batteries, etc. ready. Next one, doors, windows, roofs and walls should be strengthened before the cyclone season through retrofitting and repairing. Store adequate food grains and water in safe places. Conduct mock drill for your family and the community. Do not venture into the sea. Stay indoor under the strongest part of the house. If not, move to the cyclone shelter. Remain indoors until advised that the cyclone has passed away. These cyclone centers will be mostly available at the coastal regions. Means these are all the whatever the safeties you have to take to avoid the cyclone disaster effects. After, do not go out till officially advised that it is safe. If evacuated, wait till advised to go back. Use the recommended route to return to your home. Do not rush. Be careful of broken power lines, damaged roads and house, fallen trees. So the next topic, and here we are going to study, the next topic is heat waves. Heat waves also comes under the disaster. Heat waves also comes under the disaster, right? Heat wave, prolonged period of successively hot weather which may be accompanied by high humidity. This type of things, this type of heat waves you can find in the desert areas where you will be having a temperature more than the average, right? So next, World Meteorological Organization is when the daily maximum temperature of more than 5 consecutive days exceed the average maximum temperature by 5 degrees centigrade, means 9 degrees Fahrenheit. Right, usually whenever the huge summer will be there, our temperature will be 40 degrees. 40 degrees only we can't sustain. After 35 degrees only we can't sustain in our Telangana. Like in desert areas, there you will be having a more temperature. The possibility of heat waves will be more in the desert areas because of dried area, because of less moisture content in the soil present. Criteria for heat waves, severe heat waves: departure of maximum temperature by 5 degrees Celsius for regions whether normal temperature is above 40 degrees Celsius plus 7 degrees Celsius for regions where normal maximum is less than 40 degrees centigrade. So heat waves, departure of maximum temperature by 3 to 4 degrees centigrade or more for regions above 40 degrees centigrade. So heat index, here the number in degrees Fahrenheit F that tells how hot it feels when relative humidity is added to air temperature. The exposure to full sunshine increase the heat index by 15 degrees. Right? Next one, heat cramps, muscular pains and spasms, due to heavy exertions. Although heat cramps are, are the least severe, they are often the first signal that the body is having a trouble with the heat. Heat exhaustion. It typically occurs when people exercise heavily or work in a hot, humid places where body fluids are lost through heavy sweating. Blood flows to the skin increases, causes blood flow to decrease to the vital organs. This this result in form of mild shock. If not treated, the victim's condition will worsen. The body temperature will keep rising and the victim may suffer to the heat strokes. In our Telangana also, even though we are in a moderate temperature due to the global warming, the heat temperature is increasing in the summer time, right? In Telangana also we have experienced this type of heat exhaustions, because many people have got heat stroke when the temperature has been exceeded up to above the 40 degrees Celsius, right? Next one is the heat stroke. Heat stroke, life threatening condition. The victim's temperature control system, which produces sweating to cool the body, stop working. The body temperature can rise so high that the brain damage and death may result if the body is not cooled quickly, because the water which is present in the body, that due to that what happened, due to the heat stroke, what happened, the water percentage in the body that gets dehydrated, means our body gets dehydrated whenever the heat stroke is there. Some weak people due to this heat stroke, that may lead to their death also, right? Next one, effects. Heat related illnesses: hyperthermia, also known as heat stroke, heat cramps, heat syncope is believed to result from intense sweating, which leads to dehydration, severe sunburn and mortality, right? These are the effects due to the heat. How the people are, I don't know how people are surviving in the most temperatured areas like Rajasthan, like our Thar desert, which in Rajasthan, which is there, right? Large Thar deserts in the Gulf countries also, they experience very high temperatures, right? Preparedness: install windows, air conditioners snugly, insulate if necessary. We, even after preparedness also, whenever we will go outside, we experience this type of heat and we feel our body is getting dehydrated, right? Check air conditioning ducts for proper insulations. Install temporary window reflectors for use between windows and drapes, such as aluminum foil covered cardboards to reflect heat back outside, weather strip doors and sills to keep cool air in, cover windows that receive morning or afternoon sun with drapes, shades, awning or love wares. Outdoor awnings or lowers can reduce the heat that enters a home by up to 80%. This all terms which you are using here, that all comes under this one. This green buildings. Green buildings are the best example for avoiding the heat waves, because the green building will be having all complete greenery inside, and we will be using most of the natural things in the installation of the house. In the installation we will be using all the naturally available things. Okay, next one, do's and don'ts. Before, install temporary window reflectors such as aluminum foiled cover cardboard to reflect heat back outside. Cover windows that receives morning or afternoon sun with drapes, shades. Listen to local weather forecast and make yourself aware of upcoming temperature changes. Know those in your neighborhood who are elderly, young, sick, or overweight. They are more likely to become victims of excessive heat and may need help. Get trained in first aid to learn how to treat heat related emergencies. Right, during, never leave children or pet alone in a closed vehicles. Stay indoor as much as possible and limit exposure to the sun. Stay on the lowest floor out of the sunshine. Eat well balanced, light and regular meals. Drink plenty of water even if you don't feel thirsty. People with heart, kidney or liver diseases are on fluid restricted diets or have a problem with fluid retention should consult a doctor before increasing liquid intake. Protect face and head by wearing a hat or cloth. So right, next we will be studying about the cold waves. So cold waves, mostly you will be seeing the cooler wherever you will, this type of things we will be seeing in a January or December January time, mostly in our Telangana season according to our seasons. But you will be feeling, you will be having this type of problems wherever the ice falling areas are there. So cold waves is nothing but cooling of the area, cooling of the air. Cold waves in India, northern part of India, especially the hilly regions and the adjoining plains. Northern part of India, especially the hilly regions and the adjoining plains. Maharashtra and Karnataka, Uttar Pradesh and Bihar rank the highest in terms of casualties from cold wave, and this could be due to the poor level of development and lack of shelters to the outdoor workers and farmers. Outdoor workers is nothing but many of the people are, due to the unemployment, what they are doing, they are being migrated to one place to another place. For them, for getting the shelter, they will be struggling a lot. After that also, if they don't get, they will try to be in many outdoor, outside places. At that moment they will be suffering a lot with these cold waves. Right, the criteria for cold wave is severe cold wave, -5 degrees Celsius deviation, -5 degrees centigrade deviation from the normal for regions where normal temperature is less than 10. Cold waves, departure of minimum temperature by -3 to -4 degrees centigrade for normal, where normal minimum temperature is less than 10 degree centigrade. So right, impact of cold waves, exposure to extreme and especially unexpected cold can lead to hypothermia or frostbite, which requires medical attention due to the hazard of tissue damage and organ failure, death and injury to livestock and wildlife. So these cold waves also affect the, what do you say, we have one diseases, right? Most of the people can't sustain in the colder areas. Colder areas, they will be having some sneezing problem. I don't remember the name of that disease. Most of the people will be having sinus problem. They can't sustain in most cold areas, and they can't take cold things also. Frequent taking of cool things will may lead to their severeness. So right, that type of people has to take care in these cold waves. Death of older people are reported more. If a cold wave is accompanied by heavy and persistent snow, grazing animals may be unable to find grasslands and die of hypothermia or starvation. Extreme winter cold often cause poorly insulated water pipelines and mains to freeze. Even some poorly protected indoor plumbing ruptures as water expands within them, causing much damage to the property. So see here what they are telling, extreme winter colds often cause poorly insulated water pipelines and mains to freeze. Even some poorly protected indoor plumbing ruptures as water expands within them, causing much damage to the property. Demand for electrical power and fuel rises dramatically during such times. Even though the generation of electrical power may fail due to the freezing of water necessary for the generation of hydroelectricity. So obviously the hydroelectricity is generated by using the water. So right, demand for electrical power and fuel rises dramatically during such times. Even though the generation of electrical power may fail due to the freezing of water necessary for the generation of hydroelectricity, some metals may become brittle at low temperature. So see here, the metals which are there, they'll change their properties according to the season, right? Motor vehicles may fail as antifreeze fall, and motor oil gels result even in the failure of the transportation system, right? Fires paradoxically become even more of a hazard during extreme cold. Water mains may break and water supply may become unreliable, making firefighting more difficult. The air during a cold wave is typically denser, and fire hazard can become intense because the colder dense air contains more oxygen. What they are telling here, the fires become even more of a hazard during extreme cold, because what we will try to do, we try to protect from the cold waves, we will go for the fires. So that may lead to the more hazard. Water main may break and water supply may become unreliable. In that, what happened in that cold waves, whatever the water will be there, that will get a freezing. So at that moment the water supply may become unreliable and making firefighting more difficult. The air during a cold wave is typically denser, and any fire hazard can become intense because the colder denser air contains more oxygen. Cold waves that bring unexpected freezes and frost during the growing season in mid-latitude zone can kill plants during the early and most vulnerable stages of growth, resulting in crop failure, as plants are killed before they can be harvested economically. Because of the cold air, some plants cannot sustain. So you people can be observing, in the cold conditions only particular plants will be grown, in the hot condition only particular plants will be grown, in the moderate temperature only particular, means most of the areas are famous for these fruits and that fruits, right? At times as a deadly to plants as drought, cold waves can leave a land in danger of latter brush and forest fires that consumes dead biomass. Countermeasures dress appropriately and can even layer their clothings, stock candles, matches, flashlights and portable fuel for cooking and wood for fireplaces or wood stoves. However, use of charcoal fires for cooking or heating within a enclosed dwelling is extremely dangerous due to carbon monoxide poisoning, gathering people, especially the poor, elderly, homeless in communal shelters. Hospitals can prepare for the admission of victims of frost bite and hypothermia. Schools and other public buildings can be converted into the shelters. Exposure to the cold mandates greater caloric intake for all animals including human. People can stock upon the food, water and other necessity. Vulnerable crops may be sprayed with water that will paradoxically protect the plants by freezing and absorbing the cold from surrounding air. Means what they are telling here, the exposure to the cold mandates greater caloric intake for all animals including humans. People can stock upon the food, means whatever the cold means, by whenever we will go outside we will be taking an intake more, so at that time we have to keep the stock of food, water and other necessities. Vulnerable crops may be sprayed with the water that will paradoxically protect the plants by freezing and absorbing the cold from surrounded air. So write do's and don'ts before and during. Keep ready the emergency kit along with the snow shovels. Why they are using the shovels means wherever the due to the snow, due to the cold airs, what happened, the snow will be formed at one place. A heavy snow will be to dig that one. The shovel is useful. Wood for your fireplace and adequate clothing. Listen to local radio station for weather updates. Stay indoors. Minimize travel. Keep dry. Change wet clothing frequently to prevent loss of body heat. So usually people will say the water is good for cooling the body. When we will take a snow that will form in like icebergs, and that creates a more heat in the body. For that only what they are saying, change wet clothing frequently to prevent the loss of body heat. Watch for symptoms of frostbite like numbness, white or pale appearance on finger, toes and earlobes and the tip of the nose. Maintain proper ventilation when using kerosene, heaters or coal oven to avoid toxic fumes. Go to a designated public shelters if your home loses power or heat during extreme cold. Protect yourself from frostbite and hypothermia by wearing warm and loose fitting lightweight clothing in layer. So right, when cold waves occur, mostly this cold waves does not occur in the southern hemisphere. This type of cold waves and snow forming that will not be in our south side, right? But in south side Maharashtra and Karnataka they may get effect with this, because they have, right. Next here, we till now we have studied about the under the natural disasters. We have studied briefly about the floods, droughts, cyclone, heat waves and the cold waves, right. I will be giving you some assignment regarding this. Kindly note down the assignment questions, right. What is actually a flood, what is a flood, and kindly what is a flood, and briefly describe briefly about floods and its types, right. Next one is what is drought and its types, explain briefly, right. These two questions has to be take. And one more question is what is actually a vulnerable risk, vulnerable. These are the short questions. What is vulnerability? What is risk? What is hazard? These are the three short questions which I am giving. And one more, this one I will give you in the internal questions. I have used the things I have told you in the previous lectures whenever I was talking, that I will give these important questions in this. What do you say? Some slides I have used. I will give this one in your internal questions. Kindly find out that and write that also in the your assignment. So I hope by this I have finished your second unit. We will start our third unit from the next lecture. So before that I hope wait a second, I will show you the slide which I can give you in your internal, right. This slide here you can see this I will give you in the 2 marks question. This one I will give you in the 2 marks question, so kindly note down this, right? This one, this slide, I will also give this one in your internal question, so kindly note down this and write it down in your assignment, right? Even this slide I will be giving you in your assignment question, so kindly note down this. So right, I hope